Hey, Tabitha here. I was trying to come up with some fun ways to communicate some tips on how to get through quarantine, and I couldn't help but think about my experience when I worked in prisons. So I want to share with you 5 tips I learned from prisoners while working in prison that will help you transition into and out of quarantine smoothly. So, the first thing is to stay physically active. If you're used to going to work and you're stuck at home and your body's adapted to just like going, you're gonna probably feel restless. So when someone comes into prison, they know that it's really important to stay physically active. They're going to find out when the gym's open. They're going to come up with their own exercises to do in their cell. They may even find a job to do in the prison just to stay active because they know that it's going to wear them out so they sleep better at night, and it keeps their mind active too, so they're not just focusing on negative things. The second thing is to find a routine that fits your new circumstances. So when someone comes into prison, they obviously have to fit with the schedule that the prison has. You may be finding yourself having to fit in with your schedule as well within your home of your spouse, your kids, your animals, your in-laws, whoever you're living with. You're finding this kind of new flow, this new schedule. The best thing you can do is to embrace it. And if really it's not working out, communicate with other people to make sure you have a good schedule. Something that the prisons do that is very intentional is that there's a time that everyone wakes up and there's a time that everyone goes to bed. That is because our bodies like order. Our brains need to know when it's time to turn off and when it's time to turn on. So what you can do is find a time to wake up in the morning, even if you really don't have anything going on, and have a time at night that you're going to bed consistently. The third thing to do is to recreate and redefine fun. When someone comes into prison, they're obviously going to have to find maybe different ways of having fun. So whether that's playing card games, visiting with people, watching shows, you too are going to have to find a different way to have fun. You may be used to going to the mall or going out to dinner or doing different things like that. So I would just encourage you, maybe find some games to play with your family, reach out to someone, write a letter. I don't know, just do something that just takes your brain out of where you're at and just to try something new. The fourth thing is, okay, this is for reals, guys. Don't pick up new bad habits that you're going to have to stop once quarantine's over. So when someone comes into prison, there's lots of opportunities to pick up bad habits. It really benefits a prisoner to actually pick up new good habits and just start practicing those, so that way when they transition back out into the community, they have this new positive things that they're doing in their life. If you find yourself that you've kind of started a bad habit, that's okay. Identify it and know that you need to replace it with a positive. It's one thing to try to stop a habit and completely cold turkey, which is great, but you also need to replace something. So replace it with something positive. The fifth and final thing is that this too shall pass. When someone comes into prison, unless they're doing a life sentence, they do have an out date, and they look forward to that date, and they know that this is just a chapter in their life that they can really work on themselves, and that way they can transition back and do even better in the community. We all have an opportunity to do really, really well in this time of quarantine, work on ourselves, work on our relationships with our family, just take advantage of this time. So just to recap, the 5 things you can learn from prisoners, all right? Stay physically active, find a routine that fits your new circumstances, recreate and redefine fun, don't pick up new bad habits, and start really good positive habits, and 5, this too shall pass. I hope you're encouraged. I hope that you guys are all doing well during this time of quarantine. If you have any questions, would like to talk to me about my experience working in the prison system, please feel free to message me. Thanks. Bye.